Cyprus is an island in the Mediterranean, known for its beautiful beaches and pleasant climate. But behind the tourist facade lies a politically tense reality. Cyprus is divided. The north of the island is administered by the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, which is only recognized by Turkey. The rest of the island belongs to the Republic of Cyprus, a member of the European Union. But how did an island come to be split in two? In 1571, the Ottomans conquered the island and ruled it for almost 300 years. During this time, many Turks moved to Cyprus, which explains the Turkish minority that still exists on the island today. However, in 1878, after a series of agreements, the Ottoman Empire ceded control of Cyprus to the British Empire, initially only as an administrator, later as a colonial power. With the First World War and the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, Great Britain finally annexed the island in 1914, and many Cypriots of Greek descent dreamed of joining Greece. This desire for enosis, unification with Greece, was one of the central political demands of the Greek population on the island. At the same time, the Turkish Cypriots wanted to prevent this development as they feared discrimination by the Greek majority. These tensions formed the basis for later conflicts. In the 1950s, tensions escalated when the Greek Cypriot nationalist organization EOKA began an armed uprising against British colonial rule. EOKA's aim was to liberate Cyprus from the British and unite it with Greece. The Turkish Cypriots responded to these efforts by founding their own organization, the TMT, which campaigned against enosis and for the partition of the island. The conflict between the two ethnic groups became increasingly bloody. In 1960, the Cypriots finally gained their independence. Cyprus became an independent republic, but with a complex political system that divided power between the Greek and Turkish Cypriots. Archbishop Makarios, of Greek origin, was elected as the first president, while Fazıl Küçük, a Turkish Cypriot, became vice president and served as the second head of state. This arrangement was intended to create a balance between the two ethnic groups. However, peace did not last long. The Greek Cypriots sought more political influence, while the Turkish Cypriots feared for their rights. Violent clashes broke out, and the Turkish Cypriots withdrew to enclaves supported by the Turkish government. The UN eventually had to send peacekeepers to contain the violence, yet a long-term solution seemed a long way off. The decisive turning point came in 1974 when a group supported by the Greek military junta overthrew the government in Cyprus and planned to unite the island with Greece. This alarmed Turkey, which saw its interests and the security of the Turkish Cypriots threatened. On 20 July 1974, the Turkish army launched a military invasion of Northern Cyprus. Under the pretext of protecting the Turkish Cypriots, Turkey conquered around 37% of the island and established a buffer zone, which is still monitored by the United Nations to this day. Since the invasion, Cyprus has remained divided. The northern part of the island declared itself the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus in 1983, but this is only recognized internationally by Turkey. The rest of the world, including the United Nations, regards the north as occupied territory. The Republic of Cyprus, on the other hand, is internationally recognized and joined the European Union in 2004, however without the northern part of the island. This division has far-reaching consequences to this day. The capital Nicosia is the last divided capital in Europe, crisscrossed by a so-called green line that separates the north from the south. Although there has been some progress in overcoming the division since 2003, such as the opening of border crossings, the conflict remains largely unresolved. Numerous negotiations on reunification have failed, and political and ethnic tensions between the two ethnic groups persist. Another major obstacle is the issue of settlement in the north. After the Turkish invasion, many people from Turkey relocated to Northern Cyprus, which greatly changed the demographic composition of the area. This has not only increased ethnic tensions, but has also made the possibility of future reunification more difficult. The Greek Cypriots are demanding the return of their former properties and villages in the north, while the Turkish Cypriots insist that the new residents be allowed to stay. Despite the long division, however, there are also signs of hope. In recent years, both sides have endeavored to come closer together, and many Cypriots, both Greek and Turkish, would like to see a peaceful solution to the conflict. Nevertheless, the situation remains politically deadlocked, and a lasting solution still seems a long way off. That's all for today. If you want to know why Andorra is a separate country, I can recommend my video about it. Have fun watching it, and see you next time. Ciao!